I have seen every major sci-fi film released in the last 15 years. Interstellar, Arrival, Dune, Oppenheimer if you count the science. And I am telling you right now, Project Hail Mary might be the one that breaks your heart the most. Not because it's sad, because it makes you feel something you forgot movies could make you feel. Hope. Okay, so Project Hail Mary, 2026, Ryan Gosling, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller directing. Screenplay by Drew Goddard, the same guy who wrote the Martian adaptation. Cinematography by Greg Fraser, the man behind Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2, and The Batman. This film had absolutely no right to be this good. And yet, here we are. So, here's the setup. Ryan Gosling plays Ryland Grace, a molecular biologist who is, for reasons the movie slowly unravels, working as a middle school science teacher. Overqualified, underpaid, clearly running from something. He wakes up on a spaceship, alone. Amnesia. No idea how he got there, no idea what the mission is, and, minor detail, the two other crew members are dead. Rough Monday. And the movie does something genuinely clever here. Rather than dumping exposition on you in the first 5 minutes like most sci-fi films can't resist doing, it lets him figure it out. And but letting him figure it out, we figure it out, together, in real time. That's not easy to write. Drew Goddard made it look easy. It is not easy. Now, the film runs non-linear. We're cutting between Grace alone in space, problem-solving, slowly remembering, and flashbacks to Earth, where Sandra Hüller plays Eva Stratt. And can we talk about Sandra Hüller for a second? This woman won the hearts of every film critic on the planet with Anatomy of a Fall. And here she plays the complete opposite of warmth. Eva Stratt is coldly, almost frighteningly pragmatic. She doesn't care about feelings. She cares about saving the species. And Hüller plays that with this quiet authority that makes every scene she's in feel like the room just dropped 3 degrees. She is brilliant in this, completely different energy from Gosling, and that contrast, the warm, fumbling, reluctant hero versus the ice-cold strategist who put him on that ship, gives the flashback sequences a genuine tension. The weakness there, the supporting cast around her on Earth, the scientists, the government officials, they're basically wallpaper. You won't remember their names, you'll barely register their faces. The movie knows who it's about and keeps everything tightly focused on 3 characters: Grace, Stratt, and the one I haven't talked about yet, Rocky. Here's the thing about Rocky. Rocky is a spider-like, rock-textured alien who communicates through musical frequencies. He has no face in the traditional sense, no eyes you can read, no mouth that smiles. He is, on paper, the least relatable character you could possibly design. And he is the most lovable character in any film released this year. It's not even close. The voice performance and motion capture by James Ortiz is remarkable because what he had to do was create a personality, a genuine, distinct, funny, warm personality without any of the tools actors normally rely on. No face, no body language as we understand it, just voice, just frequency, just presence. And the chemistry between Gosling and this CGI rock alien, genuinely moving. I'm not being hyperbolic. There are moments in this film between a human man and an animated spider creature that hit harder emotionally than most romance films manage. Because friendship, real friendship, the kind built through shared struggle and mutual respect, doesn't need to look like you. It just needs to show up for you. That's the thesis of this entire film, and Lord Miller never once lets you forget it. Let's talk about what's happening technically in this film, because this is important. Greg Fraser, cinematographer, Dune, The Batman, now Project Hail Mary. The man is in a different conversation from everyone else working right now. because we are living through the era of the LED volume stage. You know what I'm talking about, those giant LED walls they use instead of locations now. And it looks fine, it looks functional, but it looks digital. There's a flatness to it. Everything's a little too clean, a little too evenly lit, a little too YouTube. No offense to this production. Frasier does something different. The lighting in Project Hail Mary has depth. There are shadows on Gosling's face that feel dramatic and intentional. The background falls away into darkness. The spaceship feels contained and claustrophobic and real. It's the difference between watching something and being inside something. Sound design, equally incredible. And this is where the film does something I've genuinely never seen before. Because music is literally Rocky's language, the film's entire score is woven into the narrative as an active storytelling device. The background music isn't just setting mood, it's functioning as dialogue. When Rocky and Grace start communicating through musical frequencies, and the film builds that communication system from scratch in real time, the score shifts with it. That's filmmaking. That's actual, intentional, intelligent filmmaking. Now let's be honest, because I owe you that. This film is not perfect. The runtime is 2 hours, 36 minutes. And the third act, the last maybe 25, 30 minutes, it stretches. It circles its landing a few times before it actually lands, and you feel it. The film earns its emotional climax genuinely, but then it keeps going a little past where it probably should. And here's the paradox that I'm apparently the only person bothered enough to articulate. The movie feels slightly too long. And I would watch a 3-hour director's cut immediately. How does that work? Because the pacing issue isn't about length. It's about where the film takes its time versus where it rushes. It fast-tracks some of the most intellectually satisfying problem-solving sequences from the book, moments where you're supposed to feel the click of a solution landing. The movie breezes past them with a voiceover. But the language barrier sequence between Grace and Rocky, the gradual, painstaking, beautiful process of two completely different species learning to understand each other, they took their time on that. Every second of it earned. So the priorities are occasionally off, but the core, the heart of this thing, never once in doubt. Here's where I land. Project Hail Mary is the best film I've seen in a cinema this year. It's not the most technically flawless, it's not the tightest edited, but it is the most human, which is a funny thing to say about a film where the emotional centerpiece is a friendship with a spider alien who speaks in musical chords. It reminds you that intelligence is not the enemy of joy, that science is not cold. It's the most creative thing human beings have ever done, that friendship can exist without a common language, a common background, a common species. And in 2026, when the world is giving us every reason to be cynical about each other, a film that argues cooperation is how we survive feels less like entertainment and feels more like necessary. 4.5 out of 5. Go see it in IMAX if you can. You'll thank yourself. Now, I need to know something. If you've already seen it, what was your Rocky moment? The scene that got you? Drop it below. No spoiler warnings needed in these comments. We're all adults here. And if you haven't seen it yet, what's stopping you? Genuinely asking, because whatever the reason is, it's wrong. Cut.